Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so happy that you joined me here. Now in today's video, I'm going to share some tried and tested tips to have healthy skin this summer. It's also really hot, about time for monsoons, at least in Bombay City. In other parts, it's really hot, it's proper summer. So these tips are going to really help you out. I have combination oily acne prone skin. I sweat a lot and this makes just everything a whole lot worse, especially in humid weather because my skin gets really icky. It gets a lot of acne, a lot of marks, a lot of dullness. Let's not forget the pollution in India, which is pretty bad, and obviously UV damage. So these tips are going to help you through all of these problems in case you face any of these. Now, even if you have really good skin and you don't have any of these issues, I still feel like this video is going to be very insightful and very helpful for all of you. I'm going to keep the intro short, but in case you're watching me for the first time, hi, my name's Preiti. I'm India's first cruelty-free beauty blogger. Here I talk about all things cruelty-free, which means products are not tested on animals, a lot of Indian skincare, and a lot more things. If this is the kind of content you resonate with, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and continue watching today's video. Alright, let's get started. Now, the first tip is a very important one. This is something I simply cannot function without. Having a folding fan or an electric fan, a portable one, is going to make a world of difference. Now, this tip is super important for me, mainly because I sweat a lot. It's very genetic. There's no underlying health conditions. I've done all the tests. It just makes me really conscious. I don't like the whole sweat on my forehead, on my eyebrows. It just makes me look like I'm nervous even when I'm not. So something like this is a hand fan. I got this from Bali, street shopping. You can find this literally anywhere. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it street shopping. Very affordable, and this makes a world of difference because just look at that. Oh my god. This helps to cool down your face and neck and prevent all of that sweat. Now, sweat will obviously move your makeup around. It's going to move your sunscreen around. Let's not forget it's going to attract a lot of germs. So if you have acne prone skin like mine, having a lot of sweat on your face is going to make you break out even more. And you need to prevent all of that sweat altogether. Now, of course, your body needs to cool down and that's why it sweats. So to make it cool down, just use a fan like this. You can also use a fan like this one right here. This is a portable fan. I think it's out of charge, but basically you press this and you have an electric fan right here. This is super lightweight. I got this from Amazon. I'm going to leave all the links in the description. Fantastic stuff. Now, this is slightly heavier, obviously because of the mechanism. Hand fans like these are an absolute essential item for me. It's not just a tip that I'm sharing with you all. If you know me personally, if you've seen me at brand events, you know that I always have a fan with me. So I have one in literally every single handbag. I have one in my car as well because I need a hand fan everywhere I travel. In summers, in monsoons, I'm currently based in India in Bombay City. It's a very humid city. We barely have dry weather here, and this is my savior. So I have a lot of these. This is just one, for example, I'm showing you on the screen. I like this one too. It's really cool if you don't want to use that whole hand motion. This is very cool. But again, it's a little heavy. The second tip is keep your skincare lightweight and very gentle and effective. You don't want to do a lot of things all at once, especially in summers when we spend a lot of times outdoors and it's generally very hot. The sun is shining bright all day long. You can get a lot of sunspots, melasma, hyperpigmentation. If you have acne marks and you know that area is so sensitive, it's going to get darker because of excess melanin production. This is all because of harsh sunlight and UV damage. So you want to keep your skincare very simple. Don't use a lot of active. Don't use too many AHAs, BHAs. Don't use so many things and then step out in daytime because it's just going to make your skin so sensitive. This is also a general rule of thumb that I follow. So if I'm going on any holidays, it could be a beach holiday, maybe I'm going back home to see my family. I travel a lot. During the day, I'm always exploring the city, moving around, going for brunch, going to the beach, whatever it is. I make it a point to not use a lot of retinols, AHAs, and BHAs, mainly because retinol is going to increase your cell turnover, AHA is going to exfoliate your skin. Maybe BHA to some extent is fine if you have acne-prone skin, but again, too much of this every single day is going to be a big problem because if you're every day stepping out in the sun, of course, sunscreen can make a world of difference, but at the same time, don't do that to yourself. Keep it super simple. Just use a basic cleanse, tone, moisturize. Use ingredients like kojic acid that aren't too hardcore on your skin. Use niacinamide, very simple. You can also use vitamin C if you want to. Alpha-arbutin, tranexamic acids are great too. Now, like I mentioned earlier, kojic acid is very beginner friendly. It's a great ingredient if you want to travel, if you're doing beach holidays. It's super gentle and a very good alternative to AHAs and retinols, especially if you want to reduce dark spots, melasma. A range that I absolutely love is the Derma Company range, the kojic acid range. This is the 1% kojic acid daily face wash. The best part is that it's got niacinamide, 1% and alpha arbutin. Fantastic to fade acne marks, melasma, hyperpigmentation, and honestly so beginner friendly. I spoke about this a few weeks ago as well on Instagram as well as on my YouTube shorts. This is a fantastic face wash. If you want to do a nice glowy skincare routine, you want to reduce marks, you want to do an anti-pigmentation routine, definitely include this in your AM as well as PM routine. This is super beginner friendly, you guys. Niacinamide is so good to regulate sebum production, fade acne marks. Alpha arbutin is one ingredient that I've raved so much about over the years. This is such a good ingredient because if you want to fade hyperpigmentation, control that excessive melanin production, reduce all of those dark marks, alpha arbutin is going to be your ingredient. So this combined with kojic acid, fantastic stuff. Kojic acid is basically a fermented ingredient. It sinks into your skin, it penetrates and reduces melasma, sunspots, acne marks, and hyperpigmentation. You know, a lot of people have melasma, all of those dark spots, especially around the cheeks, around the mouth area. This face wash is going to be really cool for that. You can do any active skincare also after this. There's no hard and fast rule, but honestly, this is pretty good just by itself. If you are a beginner, if you are a teen as well, you can definitely use this. This doesn't leave a squeaky clean kind of a feeling. It doesn't leave your skin too stretched. I have combination skin, so these areas are always oily for me and everything else is super dry. So this hasn't over dried those areas, which I really like about this. Another kojic acid product is this one right here. This is the 2% kojic acid serum. It also has 1% alpha arbutin and niacinamide. Again, a powerhouse of ingredients. This is fantastic if you want to reduce all of those marks, melasma. I saw results really quickly with this, literally in a few days. I spoke about that in that YouTube short and Instagram reel as well. Even the brand did a research, and in that research they noticed that 80% of the users saw good results within the first 7 to 10 days, which is fantastic. This is great for summers, great for holidays because you can easily use this. Obviously apply sunscreen the next day, but this is cool just by itself. You don't have to use any retinols, you don't have to use any AHAs. This already has alpha arbutin and niacinamide. If you want, you can layer another niacinamide serum, but honestly just by itself also this is fantastic. Not just that, this also works on mature skin because this ingredient list is so good. Alpha arbutin is one of my favorite ingredients. A lot of brands will also use this with vitamin C because it helps to fade those dark marks, and along with kojic acid, fantastic stuff. A few drops of this is more than enough. Once a day in your PM skincare routine when you're off to sleep. Do not use this in the daytime, it's really not needed. Once a day at night is more than enough. Serums like these work best when you're sleeping, when your body is at rest and it's healing itself. All the cells, tissues, muscles are repairing themselves, so this is the best time to use serums like these. Also, do not skip your sunscreen in daytime, you guys. I cannot emphasize enough on this. Please wear your sunscreen, especially with ingredients like these. This isn't hyper exfoliating like AHAs and BHAs and retinols, but at the same time, if you're doing so much hard work to protect your skin with good skincare products, you have to use skincare ingredients that protect your skin, like sunscreen. This brings us to point number 3, and a summer essential that I absolutely cannot live without: a lightweight sunscreen. In summertime, hot humid summers, even in monsoons when the weather is so sticky, you want something that's lightweight because you're going to do a skincare routine, then you apply your sunscreen, sometimes we apply some makeup on top. If there's too many layers, if you sweat a lot, it's going to move. Everything's going to move, girl. It's not going to be a good time. And also, why would you want a very thick and sticky sunscreen on your face? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. A sunscreen that I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite sunscreens from the Indian market. It's extremely lightweight. It sinks into the skin like water. Great for oily combination, acne prone skin. Even if you have normal skin, if it's humid weather, this is the one for you. This is the Derma Company SPF 50 PA Quadruple Plus Sun Protection. This is enriched with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. This is fragrance free. All of the products from the Derma Company are fragrance free, so it's great for anybody who's allergic to fragrance, if you have very sensitive skin, or you just don't want fragrance in your skincare. So this is the latest packaging. This was launched a few months ago. This is 80 grams worth of product, a very super saver kind of a deal. And this is the one that's travel friendly. This is about, I think, 50 grams. Yes, 50 grams. So this was the initial launch, and this they launched recently about a few months ago. Both of these same formulation, just different packaging. I'm gonna swatch some serum right here. This sinks into the skin literally like water, you guys. It's so beautiful. Look at that formulation. It's not sticky at all. If you have oily skin, you can still use this. This was the sunscreen that made me really want to try some more products from the Derma company. This is the first ever product that I bought from the brand and the first ever product that I tried because a lot of you recommended this to me. So this sunscreen will always have a special place in my heart. I do have a lot of favorite sunscreens from the Indian market and the international market. You guys have seen me speak so much about so many sunscreens, but this one right here is something I constantly repurchase. First of all, they have great offers. It's also a very good price point without an offer. Not just that, it's 100% fragrance free. It's a formula that I can use throughout the year. It's very, very lightweight, great for travels as well. It also doesn't have any actives. It just has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. Both of these ingredients are fantastic to repair your barrier, add that bounce to your skin, nourish your skin, add that hydration, nothing over the top, and very simple. All of the Derma company products are available on Nykaa, Amazon, Flipkart. You can obviously shop from their official website. Don't forget to use my code Preiti 2023. I'm going to leave the code on the screen. You'll get a 20% off if you use this code. It's a non-affiliate code. A commendable thing that the brand does, and I always mention this, is that every time you shop from the Derma company, they link your order to a child in need. They help educate this child with the help of Bhumi, which is a non-profit organization. They've pledged to educate more than 10,000 children across this year, which is fantastic. Now, tip number 4 is use a good microfiber cloth or microfiber towel to soak in all of that sweat from your face. Please do not use tissue papers. I see so many people use tissue papers and it's such a mess. The reason I recommend microfiber is because it's so gentle on the skin, you guys. Microfiber towels are great for the hair as well. They're so gentle, and especially if you have acne prone skin, damaged barrier, if you have sensitive skin, this is so gentle on your face. Just dab, dab, dab. It's going to pull out all of that water, all of that sweat. When you use a tissue paper, first of all, tissues are so much of a mess. You have these tiny balls all over your face, and not just that, tissue is going to make your makeup move around. It's going to remove all of that sunscreen from your face. It's going to be a hot mess. I do not recommend that. Also, it's going to trouble your barrier because now, you know, that tissue is so harsh as compared to a microfiber towel. It's going to rub all over the active acne and make it a whole lot worse. Cotton doesn't dry too fast, so it's going to stay damp in your handbag, a lot of germs, a lot of bacteria, and then you're using the same thing on your face, so you're definitely going to break out. Make it a point to at least keep 2 microfiber towels on you. When it's super damp, dried, use the other one, and vice versa. Once you get home, wash and use a fresh one the next day. Tip number 5 is an absolute essential item: blotting papers and using a matte loose powder. Now, if you have very oily skin, if you have a full face of makeup, summertime is usually when we get super oily, and if you have oily skin, it's a hot mess. I love using blotting papers because they just sit on your face, remove all of that excess oil, and it doesn't move your makeup, it doesn't move your sunscreen. This is great if you have a full face of makeup, if you're going for events, if you have to jump between meetings in your office. This is fantastic because just use a blotting paper instead of using compact. A lot of people make this mistake. They use a compact powder on oily skin and then they look darker, because now that oil is oxidizing your makeup constantly and you're layering makeup over makeup. Compact is usually thicker as compared to a loose powder. A lot of compact powders have very nourishing ingredients because they want to give you that makeup feel on your skin. They don't want to give you a very dry feel on the skin, which is why they won't be the best solution to reduce all of that oiliness. So a loose powder is what you need to use. It doesn't have any oils. It's very simple, very lightweight, like satin kind of a finish. Use any powder in daytime, but in nighttime, if you're stepping out, say you're going clubbing or partying for an event where there's going to be a lot of flash photography, don't use powders that come in that HD finish that have titanium dioxide, because those are going to reflect all of that light pretty bad and it's not going to be a good time. I spoke about this a lot in my makeup fails videos as well, how certain compacts or even certain HD powders didn't work really well for me. So this is a tip, just a heads up. So in nighttime, don't use any of those HD finish powders, especially in flash photography. If there's no flash photography, by all means continue using them. Tip number 6, and the final one, is an absolute essential, not just for summers but throughout the year. Please wear your sunglasses. A lot of people feel that sunglasses are just for fashion. It's a fashionable accessory, but honestly, sunglasses are so important. important. First of all, they obviously cut the glare so you can see things clearly. Second of all, they protect your eyes from UV damage. Our eyeball is literally protruding outside, you guys. You need to use sunglasses to protect it from UV damage. Not just that, this area right here, the thinnest skin all over our body is right here, and of course our lips, but this needs to be protected. If you don't wear sunglasses, you obviously have to wear sunscreen, but when you don't wear sunglasses, this is more prone to sun damage, and especially if you have dark circles, if you have dry eyes, if you want to prevent fine lines and you want to reduce the first signs of aging as much as possible, please wear your sunglasses. A lot of people feel very shy to wear sunglasses. I know a lot of older people who think they're pretending to be young, but put all of that judgment aside and just wear your sunglasses. Cataract is yet another problem that occurs when you have UV damage, and you have to wear sunglasses. Doesn't matter if you're a 3-month-old baby, if you're an 85, 95, 105-year-old person, wear your sunglasses. Very, very important, not just for summers, you guys, throughout the year when you're stepping out in daytime. Obviously in winters, if it's snowing in your area, then there's going to be very less sunlight. Then obviously if you wear sunglasses, you can see clearly. That goes without saying that you probably could skip then. But when it comes to stepping out in harsh sunlight, when you're driving, you're traveling, going grocery shopping, just wear your sunglasses. And those are all of my top 6 tried and tested essential tips that you must follow in summers, because it's the need of the hour, you guys. If you are doing so much for your skin, the least we can do is follow these basic essential tips to make your skin a whole lot better, and of course protect your eyes as well. Very, very important. And also please make sure you're using lip balms that have SPF. Try wearing clothing that protects you from sun damage. So if you're going to the beach, a big hat can make a world of difference. You can use a scarf on your hair to protect sun damage to your hair. I really hope you found these tips useful. If you have any other tips that you want to share with me or anybody else watching this video, then let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed watching this video, then please hit the thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed watching it. If you have any product recommendations, any videos that you want me to create, then let me know in the comments. I'm back to creating YouTube videos back to back. I missed this so much. I just took a long break because long format videos were a little tricky in the middle, but then I saw the engagement on the videos and I realized that you guys really wanted me to make long format. So here I am with back-to-back uploads. As always, all the products that I spoke about are going to be linked in the description, so don't forget to check those out. I'm going to take your leave now, guys, but before I go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right here and check out my previous videos. I will catch you all in the next video. So then take care of yourselves. Bye.